IVM.
Hi,
You're
listening to IVM
Daily.
Hi and welcome to another episode of IVM Daily. My name is Abbas and IVM Daily is a show where we talk about stuff that's going on in our head, that's going on in the world, that's going on in our minds. And every once in a while we get someone cool in our studio to talk with. With us today is one such person. We have Niveditha Prakasam.
Yes, hello.
Niveditha is a stand-up comedian and writer?
Yeah, you could say
yeah,
that.
we can say writer,
Also,
yes.
overall cool person.
Overall cool person as
Fun
well.
to hang out with.
And helping me out with the description of Niveditha is, of course, Surbhi.
Hey, hi.
And we also have the very quiet Jaanam with us. Oh my
Jaanam.
God, you're casting a spell with that whispering sound. Okay, alright, so today what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how to make friends. How to make friends.
We're really needy.
When Niveditha was in the studio and she was telling us that she's a freelancer now and all her life she's been in spaces where she's worked with people. So now it's quite a tricky thing to make friends. So
Yes.
Niveditha, tell us
Should I
the
go?
pros and cons of a freelancer who wants to make friends.
Yes, I am prepared for this because I'm living it. All right. All my life, I've always been in a corporate, like I said. So, and I'm not an overly friendly person. I wouldn't describe myself that way. So everywhere I went, I would just talk to whoever was sitting next to me. Like this has been me since I was a child. Like I would make friends with whoever sat next to me in class. Like so, if I went to another class, it would be a new person and I would completely forget about the friend I had last year. Yeah, unless they come and talk to me. I would be
exist.
like, I'm sorry, I just replaced you with this person. So I don't know if I can handle this long distance from another class. That's how I've been since I was a kid, all right? And I think it's because I adapt easily to whoever I'm around. And so I've never had the need to make friends as such.
The friends have been handed to you pretty much.
Yeah. I just talk to whoever is in my vicinity.
Have you ever been friend rejected? Like you went in as with the proposal of friendship and the other person's like, no, I have other friends.
You see, I've never put in that much effort into it. Like I literally just talk to whoever is talking to me at that moment. And then
Are you talking from personal experience? Surbhi?
No.
But are you the one who initiates the conversation or you wait for the other person to...
I'm a pretty chatty person, as you can see.
Okay.
So
No.
I can't really...
Not like you've been talking the entire time.
Exactly. So I can't really tell, actually. Like when someone's sitting next to you, you just inevitably start like, hey, your handwriting is pretty bad, you know? Like,
Wow. Quite an icebreaker.
I was going to be like, hey, can you pass me the eraser or something? But yeah.
to water up your sucky handwriting. No, but I get what Surbhi is saying because in school especially, I would want to be the friend of the cool guy or the cool person in school to be the part of their gang.
Yeah.
Really?
And, and they would...
Because the cool gang comes with more cool people, you know?
Yeah.
It's like you suddenly associated with like the best of the lot.
Oh man, like in my school, the cool gang was so snooty that I didn't want to be around them. I would be like, I'm happy where I am.
You know what that is, right?
don't-
You know you can't make it there.
That's true, but I didn't want to be there. I didn't want to be...
It's just safe facing, like, oh, fine, you.
But now that you're freelancing, so do you like wake up in the morning, you were like, I wish someone was beside me to talk to?
No, I just need, like, I think the worst part about freelancing is not having any structure to your life.
That is, oh my
and
god,
that
yes.
can it's really messed me up this past, like, 6 months, I think, of not having
A
like
routine.
any routine. It's so disorienting because you don't know what to do with yourself, and it's very frustrating. It's more I think it's because I'm new to this, or do you guys feel the same way?
No, you're right. I mean, when I was freelancing for like 4 months, it was so like the first month where I had like projects going on, again, like I would meet people every day. I would have a sort of a routine in place. But in the next 1 month, I was doing nothing.
Yeah.
I would wake up, it's like, why am I up so early? Like I would sleep during the day for like 3 hours, and it wasn't like a good time.
No, that's so interesting because I freelanced for about, again, 6-7 months about 2 years ago.
Yeah.
And the the qualities that you guys say you don't like is exactly why I love freelancing. Because I've been a very introvert person, so me being on my own, doing my own thing was ideal. Me not having a schedule was a positive for me. I'm like, I can
when does
sleep.
it start getting to you? Because starting
when the money runs out.
That's what. Also, I feel like it's money based. Also, the fact that you're only talking to you're only sitting alone, and I like being collaborative,
Okay.
sitting around people. I can't work in isolation.
Sure, I mean, I collaborate with someone while freelancing for a few hours, and then I'd like to be on my own, because ultimately it's very important for me that I do my thing on my own. Maybe that's just me. I don't know. But it's ironic that you guys, we started this conversation about finding friends, where we live in a world where every company, every social media platform is selling themselves on the basis of friendship. We'll connect you to more people. Like you have Facebook, you have Twitter. And you still feel it's still difficult to make friends.
I think it's worse because there's like a Facebook and Twitter that you have to, because you have your mind feels satisfied in a way because you're friends with all these people on Facebook, but because you're not living it in your life, it affects you even more because the illusion is broken. But you can't really identify it yet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I think I know what you're saying right now, because again, social media creates an illusion of knowing someone really well, or like just the fact that you, of course, I've seen her tweets, I've seen her Instagram story, I know what's happening in her life, but actually you might not know anything about this person. They've not even.
But that's what I was getting at. Has there ever been a scenario where you know someone online and then you've met them in real life and you've actually become really good friends?
Yeah, that's been there. A lot of my friends are from Twitter. I was on Twitter back in the day, and it's there used to be a thing called tweet ups where people would meet in real life.
Wow.
Yeah. And they turn out to be really fun. Again, you fall out of touch with people you don't like much, but they're quite fun in real life also.
Yeah, and also your on Facebook and Twitter, you have all these people on your list, your friend list. How many of them are really your friends? Let's be honest.
God.
Two? When you're there have been times when I felt really low, and I'm crying alone in my room probably, and I'm looking at my friends. I'm like, who do I talk to? And I'm just going through the list. I'm like, nobody makes.
Yeah.
I can't approach anyone right now, even though they're on my friend list. But you're right. It's
an illusion. Half the people on my Facebook, I'm not even Facebook friends with some of my closest friends in my life. My closest friends in my life aren't Facebook friends of mine. Maybe a lot of them don't have a Facebook.
Is that on purpose?
No, because it's been years since I sent out a friend request. I don't remember the last time.
Oh God.
I just don't use Facebook that much, all my friends. So when I got onto Facebook, so I lived in Nairobi, Kenya for a while. Those were my first friends. I went on Facebook to connect with those guys from another, from my childhood. And then slowly, people from my school and college and everybody got on Facebook. At the time it was a very elite, nobody was on Facebook. But I think I'm friends with people who I've never even spoken to, people who were just in my class or in my college or something, and they sent me a friend request and I accepted it to be polite. So I know everything about their lives now.
Yeah, but they don't.
But I don't know who they are.
Yeah.
All right, at this point we'll take a small break and we'll be right back talking more about friendship right after this.
Friendship.
Hey everybody, it's another great week on IVM Podcast. Please make sure you're following us on social media. If you're not, we're IVM Podcasts on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Also, please do make sure that you give us a rating or a review for whatever show you enjoy. It's really helpful when we get those kinds of ratings. And also, please make sure that you spread the word about podcasting. That's something that I think is really, really important to the ecosystem, right? The more that you let people know that you're enjoying podcasts and what kind of podcasts you're enjoying, the more likely we are to get more and more people on board. This week on Cyrus Says, Cyrus is joined by ad man and author Ambi Parmesaran. Ambi talks about what he learned from the prominent people he has met and also how things will change in the advertising world in the light of the Me Too movement. On Croc Tales, listen to two standalone stories by Anand based on the concept of love, lust, and relationships. On the Pragati podcast, Pawan and Hamsi talk to the co-founder and editor-in-chief of the News Minute, Dhanya Rajendran, about online journalism and building a digital news platform. On the Kinetic Living, Urmi spoke to Nikki Gupta, the owner of the Italian bistro Mia Cucina. Nikki shares her experience of training for the Mount Everest base camp and how it changed her perception towards fitness. This week, Anugrah Srivastava from Small Case talks to Anupam about all-weather investing and why it's important to investors. And with that, let's continue on with the shows.
Frandship.
And we're back. I'm here with Niveditha, Jaanam and Surbhi.
Yep.
And we're talking about how to make new friends when you think you are not making enough friends. Surbhi, you had a point before we went into the break.
Yes, I was wondering if you could, since we all need some help making new friends as an adult, how about we do a quick run through of our tips and tricks?
Can I ask one small question before we go into that? Out of all three of you, do any of you feel you have enough friends in your life right now?
I mean, I do feel like I have enough friends, but I could always use some more, you know.
Okay.
I feel it's more of like quality over quantity.
Yeah.
Even if I have like one or two
You're right.
good people who I can talk to, that's enough for me.
And you
I
feel
don't
right now in
need-
your life you don't have enough?
I do have.
I also
Okay.
do have.
Yeah.
Cool. But you're open to more.
I'm open to more because you know what? Recently, I've made like the two new good friends. Like I'm sorry, I'm gonna say it.
I like
I'm
how
gonna
you
say
went
it.
from best to good.
I mean, they're really nice people. So I'm really glad that I've entered that phase. I'm still making new friends.
Is it
Like-
Abbas and me?
No. Okay, is that
That was it, guys. Follow us.
No, but so this new friend I made, she's really nice and she's very kind and I don't know. And we don't talk about, so like she's also, okay, I'm just going to say her name, Pavitra. Pavitra is really fun and again, she's also comedian, but when we meet, we don't talk about comedy. We talk about like other life stuff, and which is like, brings like a dimension to our friendship. Like we're not just comedy friends. Yeah, so I feel like that's...
I want to say something. This is Pavitra Shetty.
Yeah.
Like literally everybody is Pavitra Shetty's best friend. I don't know how she does it.
Yeah.
I don't know how she, one time I had a conversation with Pavitra Shetty. I was like, why do you have 95 close friends? I don't
Can we
understand.
give a shout out to Pavitra?
Yeah.
Hey, we all love you.
By the way, Pavitra Shetty, really funny comedian.
Yeah,
you need
very
to
funny.
go watch her. She's so funny.
She was on Cyrus's Cock and Bull. Check out that episode. She was on
Alright.
IVM Daily
She
and
was-
IVM
she
Likes.
was-
And she's going to be on Vartalab season 2.
Go to the IVM website and search in Pavitra Shetty and you'll find all the episodes that we have.
Yeah.
And
Cool. Tips
who's
now.
the other? Oh, tips.
Tips and tricks.
Okay.
Frandship.
Me?
Abbas,
Okay,
what's
I'm going to
your-
be very honest. So in the last year and a half, I've actually ended up making a lot of friends through Tinder.
Okay.
And
cool.
dating apps have this thing where if you meet in real life, you have certain expectations that this is going to go somewhere, you're going to hook up or whatever.
Oh.
And sure, those things may have happened with me, but I've also found like really genuinely good people who've become my friends. So on my birthday this year, I called a bunch of friends over and I realized 3 of those 5 friends were actually people I met on
serious?
Tinder. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, and
Wow.
we got along well. They got along very well with each other.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's become a
One
place.
big happy family.
Yeah.
One
Yeah.
big happy
Friendship.
Tinder family.
Yeah, and obviously
really
then we
cool.
all had an orgy, but no, that didn't happen.
Oh, man.
That and yeah, I mean, like you mentioned, like for example, the comedy scene, right? When you have like a community, I'm sure poets or drama people or filmmakers have these little circles where they end up meeting people who do the kind of thing that you do, and only that person will get what you do. Like
Yeah.
I can explain Jaanam how much ever I can about stand-up comedy, but she still won't get the nerves or the what you try to do with comedy or what stuff you write and go on stage and try and fail, which Surbhi and Niveditha would get. So you kind of make certain bonds with people who know the kind of stuff that you do
Yeah, yeah.
and others don't. So I
That
think
is true.
those are the 2 major places where I've found friends in the last 2 years, I would say.
Thanks for saying I'm not your friend, Abbas.
No, you're a very
You
good
guys
friend, but
are- yeah.
with a comedian, I instantly make that bond. I'm like, I'm not saying they're great or they may
Yeah, Bas
get that.
categorically hates
Guys,
me,
Jaanam
so
is a
I'm
great
not-
person, guys. She's a really good friend,
It's okay,
but
don't compensate. It's okay.
she's not a comic, so can't do anything
Alright,
about
Jaanam,
that.
what are your tips and tricks?
Oh,
What's the one thing that you
Have a cat and you're Jaanam's best friend.
have a
yeah.
cat?
Oh man, yeah. Definitely own pets, be an animal lover. But I don't know. Like honestly, at my current phase, I am making friends through work. Like I will step up and say that you guys are my closest friends right
Alright,
now.
just stop holding
Yeah.
my hand. Stop it.
Yeah, but apart from
but
work,
work is
I-
like, again, you're handed those friends.
Yeah.
You know
right?
what? I get
I'm not saying
like
you
if
don't-
I was freelancing right now, I
Right.
would
be
be
alone.
struggling. Yeah, I would also be. I wouldn't have made friends.
You know what I do? I feel like this is something I've recently learned in my life, like the last 2 years. because I had like a bunch of female roommates and we would hang like almost on day-to-day basis, but sometimes they would have other plans and they would go out and do other stuff and I would feel alone. So my friend told me, you can't rely on other people to make plans, because I would sit and wait, look at my phone, like maybe someone will call me to a party, someone will call me to like chill. I would just wait, and then I realized maybe I need to initiate plans. Maybe I need to step up and be like, let's go for a movie, or let's go for this to this museum. Let's do this.
Cue montage of Surbhi chilling out in the city at different places.
Cue montage, yeah, again. So I feel like that really helped, and a lot of plans didn't work out. People will, again, like if you ask them today, maybe they will say, hey, they're busy, but the next week they'll make an effort to make a plan with you. So I feel like you have to put yourself out there.
But where do you meet these new people?
Not new people. It's my old friends, but I feel like I fall out of touch because I stopped making plans in the hope that they are going to make plans. So that I've stopped doing, and now I actively make plans. Like, all right, this is happening. You are coming with me. So that helps.
That I was going to say the same thing. So as you know, as a person who's been struggling, I've been actually asking people for tips, right? Like a lot of people, and all of them said, oh, join a club or something. And I was like, look, don't have time for that. Tell me something else. And but I think that's how it happens. Like as an adult, I think at some point you forget how to reach out to people.
That's true.
And you have to relearn that at times like this.
And you're also kind of afraid of rejection in the friendship, this thing also. Like, I'm afraid that if my friend cancels me too much, I'll start hating her. Like, she doesn't like me as much.
Yeah, and also, it's weird because now you're all adults. Everybody has a life. So you don't want to seem like you're asking them to give you too much, from there. Like, when you're asking someone to hang out with you, you're actually asking someone to take their time. They should want to do that too.
Yeah.
So, like, you have to, it's a very tricky situation because everybody has their own life in place and you're not sure if you're going to fit in it, but you have to take the chance.
You have to take
the chance.
Yeah, you have to give it a shot. Friendship.
You know what I don't like though, and I kind of it's real. I mean, I don't want to end on this downer, but I hate it when friends are thrust upon you, like a friend of a friend. Like you should meet this person, you'll totally get along, and then you meet that person, they're nothing like you, and then I start doubting the original friends. Like, is that how you see me? Like,
you want to drop some names?
No, I don't. What names? No.
That's okay to not like some people's friends. I feel like this also happens when you get into a relationship and then suddenly you have to like all of their new friends.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
No, it's I've actually lost friends on this because they tried to thrust a friend upon me and I was very stubborn and they got offended by it and they would stop being friends with me and I'd be like, all right.
Exactly, yeah, that's not a big loss. I'll find new friends on this podcast through which
and also I'd like to address why I'm struggling because I'm in a new city. So I just moved to Bombay this year and I think that's one of the reasons, and I don't know anybody here.
It should also be a little adventurous because you're like a new person now. It's like moving cities and now you can be anything you want.
You can be exactly, but then you're still the same person.
I didn't wake up as a unicorn today.
Friendship.
Wow, we're really ending on some downers.
You know what you should do? We should all go to that party. Maybe today in this episode, we should all decide to meet at that Halloween party.
Geek Fruit is a show I produce, and we are having a costume mandatory Halloween party at Above the Habitat on 31st of October.
In car, and we could totally dress up, and costumes obviously mandatory. We should totally go there and probably meet new people, make new friends.
Also, we are doing the podcast live. There's going to be live music. They're doing a Disney tribute, the band, and
we're going to have a great time.
There's going to be games, there's going to be giveaways. There's going to be...
I'm all about giveaways.
There's going to be special drinks.
Tickets on
Insider.
Swipe up.
So you pay and become our friends. We'll totally take that. So I guess that was our show. All the listeners, we consider you as our friends as well. Do not send us creepy messages, but do check up on us from time to time.
That's true.
Thank you, Niveditha, for being on the episode.
Thank you for having me. I had a lot of fun.
Where can one find you on social media?
@Nive says everywhere. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Beautiful.
And Surbhi, where can one find you?
You can find me on Twitter @SmallDogPolice.
Jaanam?
You can find me on Twitter @Jaanam Devan.
And you can find me on Twitter @Abbas Momin. Do follow IVM Podcasts as well. We are on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram @IVM Podcasts, all the three places. So until next time, do keep listening to us and make new friends. Have a good time. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Friendship.
Did I just catch you on your way to work? Or did you end up pulling an all-nighter? Let me guess. You have a packed schedule for the day, the week, and probably the month and the year. That's a lot for your mind to handle, don't you think? This buzzing chaos also brings tons of negative thoughts. Am I right? Try spinning that bottle in a positive direction with me, Chetna, on the Positively Unlimited podcast, every Monday on IVM Podcasts. It's time to change your life one alphabet at a time.
Shunyavan, 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 Shunyavan.
Hey, this is Shiladitya Mukhopadhyay.
And I'm Amit Doshi.
And we host Shunyavan, the weekly podcast based on conversations about startups, entrepreneurship, across verticals like food tech or fintech, and digital payments, logistics, e-commerce, and of course, all the stuff from VCs and investors as well.
Over the course of our run, we've had some really great entrepreneurs. We've had Zishan Hayat from Topper, Naya Sagi from Baby Chakra, Ankush Sachdev from ShareChat, and Akrit from Haptic, among many, many more.
Yep, and we continue to get some of the biggest, smartest, and most innovative folks in the country in this space coming here, talking to us, all for you guys to listen to.
So tune in every Tuesday on the IVM app, website, or wherever you get your podcasts from, and get a chance to be a part of all of the tech banter and entrepreneurship conversations on our Slack channel. Talk to our guests, they show up as well. All you have to do is request an invite on ivmpodcast.com/Shunyavan.